Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. In this video, I want to talk about my 2 years of ownership experience with the Ather 450X. Towards the end, I'll also discuss on what I think about EVs in general. So overall, I think that this is best suited as a everyday commuter vehicle at best. If you also want to have some fun with it. So the, the reasoning I came up to this conclusion is that the scooter as in whole is a small scooter. So for large people like me, it's slightly difficult for longer journeys. For me especially, it's difficult after half an hour of riding because I'm slightly hunched over while in my most comfortable position, and after half an hour my back starts to pain very badly. So half an hour is the best I can do with this, comfortably at least. The storage options in the front, I think you can keep most of the luggage fairly easily, but you are quite limited in space, especially if you have a large feet. The floorboards are mostly occupied by your legs. Especially if you have large shoes, it's going to occupy more space. So, for comfortable luggage options, you are somewhat limited. There is a small hook here, but I don't find it that useful. It's put way far up, so you can't really, you know, for smaller packets, you can't really rush it on the floor while it's hooked onto that hook on the top. So it will dangle around quite a lot. Um, the boot, the boot, I think it's like 21 liters of capacity. It does not fit my helmet. My helmet is an XL size helmet. Smaller, what we call chatti helmets, it might fit inside that. I mean, the half face helmet this scooter was provided fits easily inside this. It fits the charger quite easily, so thankfully. But my work laptop, work laptop charger and mouse, the bag, it does not fit inside this. For reference, I think it's like a 15-inch laptop and a normal backpack that comes with it. It does not fit if you want the laptop in one piece. I think it's mostly because of that awkward shape. It's narrow. The whole scooter is narrow, so because of that, I think it's a little bit difficult for a laptop to comfortably fit in. There might be ways, but I'm not aware of it. The seating is actually a bit surprising. So the seat itself, padding wise, I think it's fine. The surface is a bit slippery. The surface itself is a bit slippery. So if you brake hard, you're likely to slip forward. But the surprising thing is, it can seat two people without any issues. Yeah, it will get uncomfortable after a while, but you can still seat two people. That is surprising. Next, I want to talk about the user experience, like the interfaces you have, like what you touch and what you turn, whatever. So, my biggest positive, like the biggest thing I like about this scooter is the simplicity of the the usual things you use. So, you use the keys to open the boot, lock the handle lock, turn on the scooter, and there is no complicated way of there's no need, there is no such complications with it when it comes to actually operating the scooter. So you turn the key on, turn off the kill switch, hold the brakes, press down the starter button, and you're off, ready to go. And on the left side is the high beam switch. It does miss out on a pass switch, which makes flashing assholes who flash light at me a bit awkward. So you just go, which is a bit awkward. Underneath is the indicators and the horn. It's a normal scooter horn, it's nothing really special. Continuing with the experience is the screen. It's not very responsive, it's very laggy, and the screen is not bright. It's not very bright. Despite that, one good thing they did is that They made it so that this screen does not require to be on to operate your scooter. So as long as you have your headlamps on when you turn on the scooter, it basically means that you're ready to go. You're ready to ride. And what funny thing happens is like the whole scooter records what you do while the scooter is on and the screen is still off. Once the screen comes on, it replays what you did in the time it was loading and it was on. So that's one funny thing I found. Next, I want to talk about the performance of this scooter, the straight line, the acceleration and all. So I'll be honest, I'm not much into the whole electric acceleration thing. So the whole quick acceleration, 0 to 60 or 0 to 40 or 0 to whatever the arbitrary speed number is, it's only fun for the first few times. Afterwards, especially with the scooter and considering my physical size, once this scooter goes past 50, I think it starts to struggle. It does get to higher speeds. My top was 90 kilometers per hour, believe it or not, on a highway. But post 50 kilometers per hour, it kind of struggles to go faster. It feels like I've hit a wall. And also, like, another thing is that if you have any awareness of how the Indian roads are, ignoring the whole potholes and bad roads, the people here, the nicest way to put it is infuriating. So I guess this would work quite well because you're constantly accelerating, decelerating, accelerating, decelerating. So to get up to speed, this is fine, but to push further starts to get a bit strained and boring, in my honest opinion. So that's what I think about the whole performance of this scooter. The next other thing is the handling of this. So I think that the suspension was done very well. The chassis, the whole size of this, contributes greatly towards how it handles. Tires, the stock tires, which was some MRF something, I don't know which of those are, they are not good. They don't inspire any confidence, to be honest. And couple that with very strong brakes without ABS, for the most part, I'm nervous while riding this because I don't want to lock up the brakes. Thankfully, this lockup has only happened at most 4 times throughout my whole ownership. The back tires have been changed to Apollo something, I don't know, it's a 100 section tire. I don't know what tire it is exactly. Ergonomics wise, like I said, my back hurts after half an hour riding because my whole body positioning. The mirrors, till here is my body part, like my shoulders, my arms, chest, whatever. This is the usable part in my daily use case. It's usable at least. Lighting, so lighting, headlamps, as usual with every other scooter in this market, it's aimed towards the moon, like how Xiaomi says. It's used for illuminating the moon in the night, and even at that, it's not very bright. It's at least it shows that there is a road ahead of you, at best. It's LED lighting all around, so it's fairly energy efficient in that matter, I guess. Look wise, it depends on who you are, really. Like it's like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I struggle to say that word every time. Say that phrase every time. I think it looks all right, but as everyone says about this, it's fairly old. It is the same as when it came out for the first time back in mid 2010s, somewhere around that. Now I want to talk about EVs in general. What do I think of EVs in general? I'm not going to say that EVs are for some reason homosexuals only or girls only or it's not manly or whatever. I'm not going to say that. But what I'm going to say is it's not a replacement for ICE vehicles. So I would consider EV as a complementary vehicle. A perfect case, according to me, what I think is for the joy rides, for the good stuff, the good rides, you stick your ice, and for the boring bits like everyday commutes, office commute, errand runs, or anything like that, you use the EVs. And the money you save, it can also be invested to ice. I know the initial investment is high, but my cost of ownership is pretty much negligible. There is no fuel cost, obviously, and for electricity, it really depends on where you live. So I am lucky enough to have a house where it's solar powered. So the power bills, the electricity bills are not much of an issue for me. The cost of wear and tear parts also, since it's a small scooter, it's small. It's very little. Like first service, I think 500 rupees, somewhere around that. That was just the basic wear and tear and checkup, washing, everything. Yes, the electric power charging stations do cost money, but I think it's a reasonable cost. I think I have used it multiple times before when it was still free, but once it started charging money for it, I've used it once. Afterwards, it's mostly done at home. So overnight, I think it takes 5 to 6 hours to reach till 100. And this thing has that optimized charging thing where it, fast charge it till some time, then makes it so that it charges towards 100% at a particular time of the morning. Like I think it's 5 a.m. something like that. So, like the convenience factor of this electric vehicle is very very high. Its fun factor only lies within the whole acceleration and particularly to this scooter, the handling of it. Other than that, I don't think it can come close to what an ice can do in terms of like how the sounds make you feel, the vibrations, the whole feel of it, everything like that. So basically, in an ideal world, ice for the fun stuff, EVs for the boring stuff. That's what I think about it. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comments below. I'm going to try something I don't usually do. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe, like the video, dislike it if you dislike it. I'm out. Thanks for watching.